Hi, I'm Shao Yin. Today I will present the UK energy industry analysis. So basically in this presentation it will take 10 minutes and it will have the executive summary and the literature review. Also I will give you a basic introduction and I will discuss the data representation, and based on the data analysis I will give you the decision making advice, and also I will conclude this presentation and attach all the references for this presentation. So let's get started. So for the executive summary, the purpose of this presentation is to recognize the future prospect of the UK energy industry development, which is based on the 20 UK energy companies' data, and predict the further direction. For the data gathering, I picked 20 UK energy companies, and regarding its 5 financial variables report on the theme, the journal and data collected from the datasets, which aims for the business decision making. And for the data processing, I used the software which is Excel. And since the summary of the findings, since the data results decreased in last decades, thus the UK government policy concentrate on the transition and the sustainable development. So for the literature review, the Cao Gao and Dan Yuan in 2017 and Turkmen in 2010 hold the same statement that the business analytics and decision making is a motivated behavioral which is aims to concluding the quantitative data to make centrally decisions. And Ernst in 2002 believes that the BA has responsibility to investigate the business internal situations in order to identify and evaluate from the data results to improve the requirements of the business operations. And Turkmen in 2010 argued the business analytics and the decision making is connecting with the business intensities, which is consist of the data collecting, analysis, and the storage. For the Nixon S in 2008 stated that the business intensity is a strategy since it can provide many data calculation and statistical analysis, even online analytical processing for better decision making. For the introduction, so basically the energy industry in the UK added 87 billion pounds into UK economy and pays tax around 5.5 billion pounds annually. And in this industry, it's dramatically changed and transformed to a dynamic and low carbon industry for the UK. So basically this is this presentation's dashboard, and I will divide it into 5 financial variable factors to step by step introduce. So first of all is the sum of the profits. In this pie, it shows the total profits all of 20 UK energy companies from the 2010 until the 2011. So in 2017, take the maximum percentages from this pie. And additionally, almost from the 2010 until 2015, those energy companies all made the positive profits. But in 2016 and 2017, it has been decreased, even minus, and lost a huge revenue. It may argue that due to the major transition and competition in wholesale market, and the households reduced 20% energy than before decades. And it shows the tendency of the energy profits in total is decreasing. And for the average, the return of capital employed, this table describes the average of return of capital employed from those 20 UK energy companies between 2010 until 2017. Since the sum of profits showed before, the 2016 had a negative profits, then the operating profits was minus. So it will influence the return of capital employed results in 2016 was negative as well. And then is the sum of the shareholder funds. So first of all, this graph discussed the 2010 to 2017, the shareholders in those UK 20 energy companies had a considerable invest in the energy industry. However, it has been dramatically dropped in 2017, which almost 20 times compared with 2016. The reasons why the trend is going down, and it may because the UK declined using the energy than before. The UK government policy focused on the consumption reduction, which leads to the profit loss for the shareholders. Then is the sum of the turnover. So this table basically shows the results of the sum of turnover of 20 UK energy companies, which is gradually increased between the 2010 until 2017. And the reason can be argued that since the profits and the return of capital employed also declined, so the inventory and the turnover rates also dropped it down at the same time. In the same time, in this table, the number of employees was dramatically increased from the 2010 until 2011. However, from the 2011 to 2017, the number of employees was gradually declined, but still have a significant number. Then I will introduce the correlation. So the profits return of capital employed, number of employees, turnover, shareholder funds are variables which could be positive or negative correlation in the company or in the industry. There is a positive correlation between the profits, between the tax and the shareholders, which is like for example, the R equals 0.6021311178, and the P is bigger than 0.5, which means highly correlated. And then based on all of the variables, factor analysis, and I will give the decision-making advice for the top managers. So first of all, it is believed that the UK energy industry may move forward to the low carbon economy, which is named the decarbonization of the energy. It can be, secondly, it can be concentrated in more renewable and substitutional energy development. The last is, it is beneficial to focus on the carbon capture, usage, and storage. And for the conclusion, basically this presentation gave you the introduction to highlight the importance of the business analytics and the use of software to design the many different figures and tables to analyze the data. And from the data from the film and from the data sets, which is aims to make the business decisions and suggestions. Also, it explains the association among the variables, how to reflect the data sets. And based on the government policy and the tendency of the sustainable development of the long-term strategy, the UK energy industry needs to do the transition and pay more attention to the green development to avoid the further industry challenges. So this is all of the references for the presentation. Thank you.